The void encompasses all of us. The void is everlasting, all-powerful, everything but nothing at the same time. Life cannot exist within the void. The void stirs in a plane of existence incomprehensible to the meatbags that think they wield any sort of dominion over the omniverse. We remain ignorant inside the dimension while the void slowly consumes the last remnants of our world until only the void remains. It is time to succumb to the beginning of eternity.
Salutations, and welcome to another Q&A session with yours truly, the Vengeful Vadam. Before we get started, I'd just like to say that I've breached 11,000 subscribers recently, and such a feat couldn't have been possible without the support that you all unconditionally provide me. Thank you all so much for helping me achieve this goal, and I can't wait to push on to propel this channel to new heights. Anyways, I got quite a number of questions to go through today, both from YouTube comments as well as Discord. If you'd like to leave some questions yourself, make sure to post your questions from either of these two sources. Anyways, let's get started. Insert something here on YouTube asks, how would you feel about a Halo Battle Royale? I wouldn't be upset if 343 included this in their next game, as long as it's not advertised to be Halo's newest big game mode like Halo 5's Warzone. I'd rather see someone make a mode like this in custom games, as I can imagine it to be a lot more fun in an environment with edited player traits and loadouts than with standard Halo gameplay. I just don't see something like Fortnite or PUBG working with Halo's standard gameplay mechanics, which promote fast-paced action. If this mode came out in a spit-off Halo title, where the players don't play as Spartans, but instead Marines or ODSTs, it could work, just not in a main series title. Flood Airsoft on YouTube asks, do you think a purely Flood-themed Halo spin-off game would be fun? Would you play it? Possibly. The Flood are an awesome faction in the Halo series, no doubt about that. However, I feel the reason they work so well in the titles they're included in is because they're not the main antagonists that the players go up against. The Flood units are mostly mindless, zombie-like enemies that either blindly rush you with melee attacks or shoot at you using exploitable tactics like standing completely still. Compare these to Covenant enemies who take cover, throw grenades, stray from side to side to dodge your shots, and drive vehicles, although the Flood do drive vehicles in Halo 2 and Halo Wars 2. I feel in this supposed Flood spin-off title, the game will need Flood units that are intelligent and capable of critical thinking in battle. The Flood are supposed to be able to absorb the intelligence from their host bodies, so I don't see a reason as to how they couldn't take this one step further when it comes to engaging foes on the front lines. Tovoan Fleet Master Sebs from Discord asks, if you had to choose, would you rather live with a Kigyar for 5 years, or live with a group of Ungoi for a month?
So long as you aren't standing outside guarding the mating chambers like this poor fellow.
Case in point, so when am I moving to your place? Noah the Dragonborn from Discord asks, what's your opinion on Halo 3 ODST, and what's the best and worst thing about it? ODST is one of my personal favorite Halo games, so my opinion on the title is rather positive. The atmosphere, the soundtrack, the characters, the updated visuals and sound effects, and Firefight really sell this game for me. My personal favorite part of this game is easily Firefight. It's the Halo series' best rendition of the mode, and even now I still have a blast playing it, especially the Flood Firefight mod. I really don't have a clue regarding what my least favorite part of ODST is, as some of those that I can think of I have the same amount of distaste for, so I'll name a few nitpicks that I have. I wish Mombasa Streets wasn't as lifeless as it was. As I mentioned in my previous video about the Halo Infinite trailer, I pointed out how there was very little to do in the overworld once you've collected all of the audio logs. All that's left to really do is just kill random squads of Covenant and walk around a dead city. Another thing I wish they put more effort into was differentiating an ODST from a Spartan when it comes to the core gameplay. It honestly feels like I'm just playing as a Halo 3 Spartan but with less health, a slightly smaller height as well as jump height, and a weird grenade throw arc. I did appreciate the inclusion of health packs though. Other than that, I have mixed opinions of being able to effortlessly slaughter whole squads of Covenant single-handedly almost as well as Master Chief. I wish that a Brute required much more planning and strategy to kill than it does now. I mean, this was a spin-off title after all, they could have gone wild with that idea. Yoha the Potate from Discord asks, will this question get answered? Yes. Carver Hunt 101 from YouTube asks, do you think you'll ever use Halo 2 for the Let Me Smash series? I actually wanted to do that from the start, but I found that doing it in Halo 3 was much more convenient, and with features such as Forge and Theater mode, I'm able to pull things off that I can't do with Halo 2. I could probably throw in a few Halo 2 clips here and there though. Hell, I technically used some form of Halo 2 with the Halo 2 Anniversary Elite, but for the foreseeable future, Let Me Smash will be filmed using Halo 3 on the Master Chief Collection. Blarlad_ from YouTube asks, are you planning to do any more Machinima on this channel other than the Let Me Smash series? I'd like to, yeah. More details on that in the future. Darth Vader from YouTube asks, you think Playable Elite should come back to Halo 6? Or Halo Infinite now? Absolutely. I'd love to be able to make Elite-based Machinimas in the newest Halo game, especially after they announced a while back that split screen support is confirmed to be in the game once again. Depimp Pope from Discord asks, if the Halo franchise had a horror-esque campaign, how do you think it should play? My answer will be a bit similar to the one I gave to Flood Airsoft about the Flood-themed Halo spin-off game. Once again, for a horror-style game to work in the Halo universe, we cannot play as Spartans. We need to play as either ODSTs, Marines, or even insurrectionists or civilians would be a neat idea. Imagine playing as a civilian during the invasion of one of humanity's colonies, say Arcadia for example. You're held up inside a heavily damaged skyscraper, and the Covenant are, for whatever reason, raiding the building and sweeping the place room to room. Your mission is to escape from the building, and out of nowhere you'll be ambushed by various Covenant troops. Even something as feeble as a grunt will prove to be a monumental challenge to get past. You'll have to use whatever tools that are around you to subdue it, like television sets, furniture, telephones, dildos, whatever. You might even have instances where certain foes, like elites or hunters, are invulnerable against anything you throw at them, and your job at that point is just escape for your life. Now that would be one hell of a Halo spin-off in my opinion. Eldrakesaurus from Discord asks, what are your thoughts on the Halo 2 Anniversary remastered version? Well, it depends on which mode of play you're referring to, single player or multiplayer, so I'll address both. I think the campaign looks absolutely fantastic. Stunning textures all throughout, beautiful lighting, the art assets mostly respect the source material, and the extra hidden Easter eggs such as the terminals, which are fantastic in their own right, and the tiny action figures really give the Anniversary campaign a breath of fresh air, and it's always a blast to replay it every now and again. The big issue I have with the campaign is how they handle the terminals, forcing us to boot into the Halo app each time, and there are instances where the videos won't even play. This also happens with Combat Evolved Anniversary's terminals from time to time. As for the multiplayer, I think it's neat, although it doesn't hold a candle to the classic version in my opinion. I am a fan of the fact that they incorporated some extra content into the game, such as the assault rifle, the suppressed SMG from ODST, and even the fabled Golden Warthog. You know, the one that the noobs kept getting tricked into trying to unlock in Headlong.
No, dude, we're not gonna screw around and kill you. That would be mean and that would not be cool. See the yellow brick? The long one, the one that's like, yeah, not as long as your penis, but it's still pretty long. Alright, we gotta get the soda machines out of here. Alright,
okay.
Now come here. Dude, there it is!
Where?
Get in it. Try to get in it. Hold X.
That's not a Golden Warthog.
Dude, you're in the Warhog.
However, I'm not a huge fan of how the vehicles are made of paper mache. The Banshee on Ascension, for instance, is a death trap now due to its extremely low health. Also, the battle rifle is a lot better at hitting foes at longer ranges than in the original, which is something that I have mixed opinions of. Sure, it's now more effective in big team matches, but it gets seriously annoying on maps such as Zanzibar and Relic when it acts as a mini sniper at times, which makes it that much more difficult to traverse the map. Also, I think it's just me, but the game overall just feels a lot slower than the classic version as well. Ajax Carey from YouTube asks, what was your favorite multiplayer experience in any Halo game? I have to say Halo Custom Edition. There's practically an infinite amount of content to explore, and I've been playing this game since 2006. Speaking of Custom Edition, I really need to get back to making videos of this game. It's been a while. In terms of games from the main series, I'd probably say Halo 2 as my favorite multiplayer overall, with Halo 1's being a very close second, with custom games from Halos 3, Reach, and 5 all tied for third place. Before I wrap up this video, I'd like to turn your attention to a specific series I've been keeping my eye on recently, and I even got a chance to help film for their 6th episode, which will drop pretty soon. A YouTube channel by the name Really Good Gaming has actually produced a Halo Wars 2 machinima called Taming of the Hunters, and the way it's executed, especially in some of the later episodes, it's nothing short of amazing and hilarious. This series deserves way more views than it has right now, and I highly recommend that you subscribe to Really Good Gaming if you're into Halo Wars 2. They have some very informative content, and funny videos like Taming of the Hunters is just icing on the cake. I hope we get to see more machinimas like this made in the future. Awesome stuff. Anyways, that wraps up this Q&A episode. If, and only if, you like what you saw, hit the like button and subscribe for more Halo content on this channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video. Make sure to enter some of your own questions if you'd like to see them answered on the show. And make sure to follow me on Twitter and join my Discord server. This is the Vengeful Vadam, and I'll see you on the great journey.